Right, emo bi akwa ba da sports arena bra so say yetena konya kokko so na afi ye de agudie mu nsem de bro na agudie mu nsem ni focus na simple. You focus na say ye behwe say obetumi debate na bibia nso na tumi aden etumi akoye etumi de amount na enra sana na make bomb off minute 1 eshegu go amba mu biem enra o sa me de ba no eno pe NSA no enya asem keto akra e ma de na ya papa agro na ya aha ntino ye behwe na afi de omu ni nyina na yetumi so de abro na wohu de ekọ ene de eba ewo honom na hye so se na Champions League no anya fe de agro kra Dortmund betna fe no one Barcelona de ehia saso na Paris Saint-Germain ebe movie de aba England abra be face bobuko ayefre no Aston Villa 2-1 eno mo de ba game we mu 3-1 eno mo de ba game with Aston Villa he had 2 unanswered goals to take the game to the extra time and possibly score the final goal and eliminate PSG honum saso na Barcelona do match 4 enti ye behwe ha wa mbeden ebeko ene commentary be bro live commentary e be bro na bibia atumi akoye Napoli atumi ewini nra na still omo the chase no e de ma boboko a ye frɛ no Inter Milan honum enya sem keto akra show no live wo Street is watching saso na ABN Radio 1 Street is watching na ABN Radio 1 wo Facebook omo de odru anu like page no na wa share na bibia atumi akoye na oko YouTube so a MYBET.AFRICA TV MYBET.AFRICA TV online radio no MYBET online radio enya sem keto akra na ye de show no bro MYBET na so ya sen we betwa better MYBET na me hu say ase MYBET for the asam for kra na eba MYBET the asam den na eba ma me nko money ma ho na afi yembisa no say na MYBET den no mo the man ahead of the Champions League game eba so ba di mo akwa ba
okay list o meje so
bibia come there
bibia come and MYBET for say un say Champions League game te ekoso no o ma MYBET builder mama ya ka bonus but ma sand bibia by friend specials no say bia say metie minya ne me ko bet builder option and maybe Lewandowski so be 2 goals no option anyway no minya na nka ni na bomba ko na simple amame nti ene so hwe alter MYBET for the ato mo specials emu ede ye papa ene ba ku bia me hu yi sei na me ni age hu ye because me say ye den ya ene kwan bia so ebetimi abo nti no hwe Barcelona to win and Lewandowski to score 2 or more goals so 2 option per odds ni 8 odds ewo emu ede ye papa because in nim say Barca be win dia kwan bia so Lewandowski dey go ebe to atnim nti 8 odds there o the 100 cd bi ta echi a ansa na Barcelona match nbe ko na wie na 800 cedis wetimi enya nti no ukọ MYBET.AFRICA simple kwa akọ special combo odds obehu odds bebre obi bebisa say na we are working umma me code no nti ma me fa code ni ntudwa say ni obi person try this particular order onu nso betimi atwebi nti code no TRTY Barcelona to win, Lewandowski to score 2 goals. 8 odds. Uko special combo na nye no pene wo other combos nso wo ha onso betimi e dia fiscal odds no. Normal odds na bo ma sheda de bia ka ho se ni mu be edu. Se ni awofa we a wetimi edi na onso ho ato no na MYBET for the man nti ene we are MYBET special combo odds side na share selections ba ku mienu bi na kika bo Aston Villa game no obetimi nya odds wo ho na Barcelona game no so betimi nya odds wo ka tu ni na aboma ebetimi ma be 20-30 odds na onso wetimi dia fiscal ene MYBET.AFRICA.
All right. Okay. Enti MYBET and bomodian joining a Telegram account in this year urawa they are pinning on a link no to register MYBET registration a 3 process pe na afi bibia so etumi akoye enra bomb of etumi tia ayefula won say ka Fulham wini ya kono so eba into the conversation Fulham bomb of etumi etra then yen share Antoine Semenyo
yes
and he was full of praise. People were praising him. Obviously, like William, always piano off the ball. He's there on the ball. He's there. He'll give you whatever you want. And teams here, left and right. Yeah, somebody which such or versatile. Ultimate ball anymore baby. Which an energy level near the idea.
Okay, and share. We Bournemouth mu game here. We are near the Arabic Sigan in near Brian friend Antoine Semenyo. So Indra a good game for Bournemouth because Senya Mebeka Hano they've had a bad patch. So last time Opiki win ya, ne numpo a penalty so Timmy win against him a friend Wolves a FA Cup no. But say they back last time Timmy Piki a victory was 15 February against team a friend Southampton. And numpo him Southampton ball mobile. It means from 15th. For 15 February, Bepem in drag game on my boy. Yeah. Matches on my bony now, Muntimi Piki win it. Either so more draw, and I say, Yaman Kuyi. Ye name himself, coach, out do mano. Or a born home in this season, saying, Kia coaches or meet my revive teams. Coaches are or meet me Yaman Yama Kuya Momu teams and Kokao. In draw, Osha performance are Bournemouth Edani. They are no being himself that game because of chances of creating any nyama see game no in case it goes be me beam because in do baby crab Bournemouth na penalty be a manje. So these were one or two things and can yet then 1.5 over 2.5 there in can options a bit me but with chances any nyama need na come a Bournemouth. But I think Fulham on the other hand no Sisiano they were looking at also getting into the Conference League spot. Sisiano team out that Conference League spot near Aston Villa or no 54 points. Into Bournemouth ni Fulham say omo the same point 48. There's a 6 point and a chair win this Conference League spot. It's in Kendra. Inka Fulham peke sa victory na nko close by 3 point and draw. Omo to lose a crucial game. Their next game against Chelsea and also a very crucial game. So person mutimi Europe with the performance of these two teams are done the Fulham and the Bournemouth. So Obisam said this season clubs are performance etimi akuni ni miye pa mebo Fulham di Mebo Bournemouth and a Crystal Palace. These have been the three clubs I think maybe with the Brighton Beckham. These have been the four clubs on performance especially meeting the big guns or meeting a picky crucial point. And they Bournemouth, you ever say picking this victory would revive their season. The last 6 games I can beating me Europe more bobo at least it's mirror one of the European competitions mo beat me abo. Me Antoine Semenyo. Obi o share maybe this English Premier League on Pandi show anytime be a player friend of Michael Owens bet now. Na a Bournemouth game and a Liverpool game. Na a biomo cancel a hon same concerning contractor. A din bo says a Liverpool a player be on Phillips obey me replace Mo Salah. Antoine Semenyo. Because a player be he's versatile. Obey me about the striking. We name him say ne times na strike na no bo. And then I see Obetimabo from the left wing, Obetimabo from the right wing. Wababe, a very important player in this Bournemouth team. We had the contributions were made this season. This season, the expected goals are near says so Timisha with chances our creating was 9, but with Timisha 8 goals this season. We short or per game. And in the shot in total, about 113 shots. We play a friend in so. All Brighton is sure no super short bar. Semenyo eba third was a short now players ball per game. And yes osiwa eba sister the performance since was through ye pa. You should expected assist and case of ma with me a beat so ama 4 assist expected assist in case of Timmy Matre. The performance he's one player amount energy, amount versatility, amount our dribbling skills no amount bibia be here free a modern day winger ho. Inti ene enye mo asesa ni bedu. Maybe at the likes of Liverpool do be imponent to Chelsea so me Edinaba Stamford Bridge. So the likes of Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea obi here a winger obetimi add to goals. Antoine Semenyo a player obetimi ama ye know the performance coming to the Black Stars boy Emma Black Stars even our Bournemouth this season uyi ono uyi Clivert uyi Watara uyi Evan Nielsen. These are 4 crucial players for the Bournemouth team. They are making sure say every game they go in Omuba kubetimi ashigo nti mebo number so at the age a performance or than this season ohwe ne player traits kakra e ba say short attempt otimi bo 93%. That is the percentage otimi and yes maybe you're more of skillful maybe a good about aerial duels one and also about 94%. It's even though say oh you good with the ball, the striking ability you good, the handling, the speed, in a whole day, about aerial duel say bia yen cross union fight for ball, yen head the ball or mouse idea no. The only thing I think on the side I have problem kaka this season me dey say wetin me add to it ne chance creation. If any player traits and the chance creation 18%, meaning to a player be on time create a lot of chances, but this season with 4 assists so last season just 2 assists. See this season improve by the way or 4 assists, meaning say improve Adebako sound the kind of game where every modern day coach a penny send the winger bet me track back about boy the fullbacks Adebako born home modern year want to use more energy into the game so I think there is 1 or 2 things especially in games say maybe the team so keep pressure no be defensively and make sure say biaba say one of the best ball striking players in the Premier League say about 5 I want to mean Semenyo Dinfin because the ball striking ability is very tough. A ban the right foot and the left foot ni no betimi abondra hwe go share. You could see the angle Gina and the angle to me position ball ni team ko share. We this season those are the type of goals or tie share. Say enje ball ni mfi echi ni ntimi mbo short betimi akwa ko rapo ni mendra. Otimi nya that early goal ebo abon mofa. Omutimi nya that crucial 3-point abebo if they need to qualify for the Conference League or the Europa League betimi abom going forward. Mebo Antoine Semenyo Abaso ontimi ongusu enye den ento senior Samani Dua we see him moving to one of the big clubs at is Nkofo di ne ho nkomo yi so omunya ya nkoba be join omu team no nso etimi aye den etimi abom Indra Napoli na omu hia sa win yi pa because senior Inter about the Champions League na adwin wo Champions League no se kwan bia so so sanji after the last time omuji in 2010 it has been like 15 years ni Untimin do that is Untimin J the Champions League and him say recent on the Man City echo final a Man City team finish but it was a crucial game for Napoli and draw the former Man United boys Romelu Lukaku and McTominay etimi sifem. I think Osha McTominay boy say all ball e team I friend we a friend saying Napoli anu adin ye papa e ba se onje ball no en set up the players no munsu shebi and e ba ni say on bobo ni mfiechi with ball striking ability he has been one of the best players for me in the Serie A because the performance was really ndra o she go assist Lukaku and Lukaku nso she go and also assist your friend say McTominay ndra Antonio Conte na ni agiye pa. It's a crucial 3-point for them because their league na close. It has been just 3 points between or no any Inter Milan. Na ye name him say performance wise Inter Milan could have players no but Sisiano they are praying say Inter Milan performance in the Champions League ni betimi akonenim say ne bedu baby no the Scudetto Inter Milan agini bebre no na adwen enkoso bebre aba na adwen beko that is the Champions League I'm missing it for a very long time. Inti enei yebebo Antonio Conte ni Brighton abaso ndro mu sifem bobo ye e ma nyama na etimi ko ye ye hwe Indra Atletico nso etimi di game na ndra ebedi nkomo ase say hwe the title race di asisia no o mefiri mu because there is no chance for them to get into the title race asisia ba Barcelona and Real Madrid on nso taichi. Atletico winning 4-2 against Real Valladolid one result I was very good and it was very important. It's way Alvarez etimi share 2 goals. Simeone enzo etimi the goal back kan ho and na de back etimi boa. I think Atletico missing out on all the trophies missing out this season from the Champions League, from the Copa del Rey, from the league as your mobile, even though say they've missed out. Their performance has been very, very good. Simeone etimi organizing the team ni ye said the start of the season. Na nyamanko they've been recent times make one bet na aka say performance as Simeone dan edino. So I'm sure so mutimi jani kwan because they've brought in a lot of attacking players. Emma untimi use so but say who say Atletico as a club this season omo share 4 goals in a match main kind bet me do better 10. They've scored 4 goals in games or more in games so going forward I know say this is the first season who players beat say Alvarez, Solot, any Griezmann, boom. So from next season we'll see the chemistry being built well. Now next season beat me about into all those competitions and make sure say beat me aje that is the La Liga and also the Champions League my bre ho ntimi nyai betimi ahwe so betimi age all those competitions and etimi abom modern etimi aba be that club support say hwe say betimi enya those trophies if you more.
Right. So Andra games, I don't know. Andra games, the woman, now the report saying, the reporter saying, Chelsea coach Enzo Maresca, is safe.
Enzo Maresca, then he's safe. I think what did that?
Yeah, he's safe. That is the news about any other. That is it. Now, ensure the games, I've said there will be a comeback. One of the teams will do a comeback. Bayern Munich, Inter, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Aston Villa, PSG, and Dortmund and Barcelona. Dortmund and Barcelona and Eddie Campbell. Games.
Yes, Ushe Barcelona any Dortmund game. Now I think Senior Oka said surely there will be a comeback. I don't think that game can give us a comeback because at the Inter make us say Barcelona a team here in 2025. Barcelona mbo a game I own she go here. Into quite be as when a yet then Barcelona basically made me she go against team a friend Dortmund. But at the back when they say Barcelona beat me she go la meaning say Dortmund and so Barcelona no. And they some qualify outright. Meaning say, some team share Barcelona by 5-0, and no team share by 4 goals on the game no extra. In TNA, Barcelona do go back could be a count no more so shares or moons be increased down go Talia or more shares some of the qualify. It will be a very difficult game for Dortmund. I think every Dortmund fan will be bearing or beko signal iduna aqua support team in him say it's an impossible results. So chances there and they have just one chance out of 100 to qualify ahead of Barcelona. In TNA, it will be just the fans coming there and putting up the support. Say Dortmund in the first half can score at least 2 goals or more. So Dortmund ain't me and 2 goals or more in the first half. Meaning say there will be a very big problem for them and they can't qualify ahead of Barcelona. Okay, Dortmund in their last 18 games, Oma conceded 15 goals. 15 goals after halftime. In TNA, senior me boss who say they need to at least get 2 goals in the first half. And Numponu with the record they back here on the second half performance. Nature quite be also in the second half. They will surely get to concede. It's just 3 games in the Bundesliga against relegation side. Penoment me and concede in the second half. And the Barcelona team with Lewandowski, with Rafinha, with Lamine Yamal, with Femi Lopez, with Pedri and De Jong, they will surely come and get a goal. Internet, it will be a very good game. I think the only thing at Dortmund for Betimani say they should let their supporters who buy ticket today and come to the Signal Iduna Park to feel say yes, the players are ready to fight. The players are ready to put in everything. And then if they are even going to lose the game, they shouldn't lose by 4-0. It should be a result so their fans would be happy and clap for them and know say yes, you people gave in a fight. Yeah, Barcelona also in 2025 hasn't lost the game. They've just had 2 draws. In TNA, it's Dortmund. It's me fighting and they get a draw in this game. Barcelona fans because the record of Barcelona quita coming into this season and wedding. In TNA, it will be a very good game for Barcelona just to relax and enjoy the game. But Dortmund needs to come out. In the first leg, if Sergio Guirassy 2 chances on Nyai, to me the Bakumpo 2 in the first half, I would have seen a different ball game altogether. Bernay, he missed all those chances, and he has been one of the most clinical strikers. So Lewandowski, Harry Kane, Haaland in the Champions League, and Kylian Mbappe. He has been one of the most clinical strikers. So on the night, now supporters nation say Obetimi add a lot to the game. Utimi missing those clear chances. No, it was a big worry. And now no sumpo no mutimi Lucien. And then Niko Kovac. Adebakwa metunu for say the mistake he did in the second half, trying to play a high line against Barcelona with defenders that they didn't have pace, and then man tries to OS at Signal Iduna, the fans are behind you. The yellow wall is ready to shout from minute 1 to minute 90. In TNA, they have nothing to lose. They should go in all guns blazing. Say Omukomuna first half, you get 2 goals, and you are saved the second half. The supporters will see the motivation and they will join you and make sure say team need performance because show. But say Omuyo Madrid say Omukobo a high line trying to close the pitch and make sure say omo foresee a lot of offside trap for Barcelona will break that offside traps because the likes of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski omo boss abo no omo ho odin no into no nim how to break it because during training I don't know many defenders near, so it would be a big mistake to go into this game and try and make sure say otimi then otimi closely and then make sure some players should start to say Sule he should start this game minima dey to ordinate na mu adam brought
no I say oba no Sule nyene
preferred Sule nankasa ne ball bonny more of a slow type of center back
center back so Usha last season what their coach did was to play him at right back. They are not the wing guy at all. When they are in possession, no about three back.
Yes.
That is how Obama Hummels, no about Slotterbeck, then no about Sule. No about Chelsea. Matson. And right, almost board then Matson joining
yes.
Then about three back. Yeah, but we buy no new sooner, sir.
Yes, I think maybe because of the pace and kind. Yeah. He's a fine defender because he won last season Champions League clearance. I think one clearance against Paris Saint-Germain, Kylian Mbappe off the line clearance was very good. I think these are games that you need experience. No, forget about maybe the pace and now he's slow or this, but these are games you need experience. Experience play these games a lot. In TNA, so per good results, experience needs to come in. And then so Guirassy, Adeyemi, any Gittins, any Brandt, these are players that they need to be on top of their game because any mistake they do, now Barcelona, Timinia and Eligoa, it's a done deal for them. In TNA, at Dortmund, that's what we say. If they are going to be first half goals in the game, I say to me, but if you Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona shouldn't get the early goal. But I think on the night, I'm seeing Barcelona winning or drawing, and there's going to be a lot of goals because Dortmund remember all out. So at least on me a goal, and Barcelona will take advantage of that. In TNA, so become my MYBET.AFRICA on this game. Me whom Barcelona win or draw in over 2.5 likely to play in this game. Aston Villa and Paris Saint-Germain. I think first leg, you have a different result. Maybe can't say so. The midfield battle between Vitinha, Joao Neves, and we have friends and Fabian Ruiz. Now share Aston Villa side bet me about with McGinn, bet me about with Onana, bet me about with Kamara, and now Telemans, Etimiakahu. This midfield are two solid midfield in the world. Say, okay, say energy, ball playing. These are the players that you need them in games. They would control box to box and possess the ball. I think in the first leg, Aston Villa lineup, I was a bit surprised about the lineup. Coach Efreno, Unai Emery at the buy because in the first leg, we saw Rashford starting as a number 9 ahead of Oli Watkins, which I was a bit surprised about that because someone would create chances for other players, but Rashford playing as a number 9, they've been seasons and ruler or not as a player in he wants to always come from the wings and perform well. I think that was the first thing I had a problem with, and also not starting Asensio in Paris. And now him say he wants to prove a point. This was the team almost like he isn't getting game time into so movie on low.
Yeah.
So it was a game no obetimi atrom bibi say metimi abahaba be cause upset. The next season new people will tell me to come back. I went to me and starting Ramsey, Rogers, yes. And I was thinking say if you want another winger in the game, then you need to bring in Marley, who would also give you the pace and the power up front. But in who's that type of the dynamics are according to the game. And in the second half, those Matthew Cash didn't get a good game in the first half. In the second half, he went on taking Matthew Cash out and bringing in Disasi to play as a right back. Who say in games, this centre backs, I don't know why the coaches sometimes feel say a centre back beats me about the right back position. Sometimes the instincts pulling into that centre back role every time. Though say on a full back into on Philly say this is the line, I need to be a bit closer to the line. But Philly say okay, bon about fin, let me close up and come there. We've seen in games, even recent Chelsea game on boy with a goal at Chelsea conceded, you could see that Chalobah forgot he was playing a right back and joining in fin that created a chance. And that was a mistake Unai Emery here, because he won't say decisive by 2 goals came from that spot. And all the 2 goals will be a rare match, no. Decisive was at fault. Kvaratskhelia goal, he was still going back, inviting Kvaratskhelia into their 18-yard box. So him say, this is a fine player, his ball striking ability is very good. So Kelly don't find a particular position in for ball and she'll beat me there share. And side by the third goal, we Mendes go no, and no so decisive no. He was supposed to close him or call Kwanzaa to close him. Or mean to me and yes side and no so this side and by. So I think today's game for Unai Emery, so to me call for a 4-3-3. Try to balance in Finfino and make sure that the attacking three are very solid. In TNA, if the may line up now, I'll go for Kamara, I'll go for McGinn, and I'll go for Onana as a flat 3. Today they have nothing to lose. Going into the quarterfinals of the Champions League is a good your friend is saying step for them. Those said they've been a club of Magic Champions League, but in recent times they don't even get there. It's with me Raho, no it's me the quarterfinals that the likes of Manchester City, the Liverpool, Saint Mirren is a big praise for Unai Emery, it's a big praise for the Aston Villa players, and their fans will be happy. TNA, he should go for that flat, robust midfield and make sure they will stop Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and Joao Neves. And the front 3, I want to see Oli Watkins, I want to see Rogers, and I want to see player your friend saying Marcos Asensio playing as the front 3. These are pacey front 3. Oli Watkins be creates Adami runs now mom, and they can benefit from it. And the defense, man name I want to see Matthew Cash play. The decisive right back and trying to shift that system. They do maybe it cause a whole lot of confusion. Especially it's a right back near that solid. No, you're more of a ball playing right back. Now the Niko center back, now the Niko to right back positioner. He do maybe that decision making, trying to close the line or come in to help near the back. So if he could go with a lineup like this, he would be able to prove at least a point against Paris Saint-Germain. Ushe in the game now, Unai Emery a fine record at Villa Park. And in the last 13 European games, our ball home as a manager no. Emu 12 we win. 11 emu 12 we win 1 game. There be emu 11 we win we draw back and we lose back. So meaning say a fine home record as a manager in European competitions. Going into this game, this is a very big tax for him to continue that record. They are just 2 goals down, but it would have been a 2-1, and this game would have been a close game. In TNA, say we can see an upset. No, this is a game 50-50. They can be an upset depending on the way Martinez would come into this game. Aston Villa front line would be very clinical up front, and defensively, himself. Paris Saint-Germain kwan bia so no e ba ball possession untimi ni omumbo. It's either ubeja ball na mom no ma ball, then you hit them on counters, and now say you try and take advantage of they possessing the ball too much and intercepting it and punishing them. Unai Emery, I know he's one of the most experienced coaches in this Champions League, and he has shown in game out say about European competitions any knockout phases he who do the Sevilla he who do the Villarreal maye. So ultimate turn this 3-1 deficit onto their side. I bet me a bomb to qualify for the semi-finals. I think Aston Villa fans any beji yepa and minimum Villa fans to be good park no and make sure say they will motivate their team to win. So this will be a very good game. I think Paris Saint-Germain, this will be the second time they will come to England in the the third time they will be in England, because they went to Arsenal, then they came to Liverpool, and now Aston Villa. So the third time, if they are able to win again, it will be a big problem. So I think Villa for no imagine so mubesi fem abo momode, but to be beside the scoreline, I think I'm seeing a 2-1 for Paris Saint-Germain, because Paris Saint-Germain team no, they are one of the most super teams in the Champions League this season. Every position on the pitch, every player at that role. We've seen Mendes.
So let's look at the approach. Yes. What kind of approach are you expecting, especially Luis Enrique, because they are leading
3-1.
Oh, yes, with 2 goals margin. Will you come and show your dominance? Try to let Aston Villa know say I'm on your side, so you take the game to them, or you come and try and manage the game, not allowing Paris because knowing to say this season we have been losing Bayern Munich.
Yes.
Ababe Lucy or the same
stadium.
So they will take a motivation from the fact say a big team, a reputable club like Bayern Munich, Ababe Lucy a Villa Park. So how would this play out, and how do you expect Unai Emery to also set up? Because if you are going to face a team who possess it, then you need to get players or more pace. You will be solid and try and rely on counter attack and get the first goal, because the moment you get the first goal, the momentum will shift to your side. So how do you see an answer? How do you expect these two coaches to set up?
Yes, with Unai Emery, the enemy, but also on how I think he should set up, because I think he needs a very flat midfield to try and be able to go foot to foot with the Vertiniers, the Neves, and also the Fabian Luiz. Share one thing about Aston Villa in this game, especially home games. In it, they've met French sides 4 times in the Champions League. Out of those 4, Ome win 3 and Ome lose bako. So meaning at home they have good records against French side. And then social records there, any history there, everything backs Aston Villa to win tonight. And are they winning by just a 1-goal margin, or they are winning by a margin that would qualify them for the semi-finals? So I think Senna boss, so he needs to go with a solid lineup. And the mistakes now, or no, I think he would notice the mistakes were in the first leg. So coming into this game with a Villa Park, so Bibe Timiashe the first goal on the night SA Aston Villa, just to make the fans happy, and they also motivate the players more to go in for the second goal. We are Paris Saint-Germain side now. I don't think there will be any changes in their lineup. Their lineup, and then the only change we'll see in their lineup is Marquinhos coming back, because we are ending a suspension, so he would come back into the lineup. Apart from that, then maybe we would see Desire Day also starting ahead of Bracula again, because the last time was starting ahead of Bracula and he did well. So I think he'll be giving the nod ahead of Bracula again. So I think this will be a game when Luis Enrique, a coach, he doesn't go into games to sit back, and I go into games to try and slow down Derby or no back 100% or no ball foot to foot. Oshena washeno onya chance no pinu washel. So I think the only game management to beat him, they are going into the game. They said there are times now they wouldn't try to force in passes. They will possess the ball more to delay the time. And then some the ball the my opponent in impo. Or more be kuta ball no about 1 or 2 passes, slow time no. A frustrate you. Won't say in football, obi dominating ball ni bibra. You get frustrated. One you lucky, you pull out from a particular position and they will take advantage too. And they will see a slow tempo from them. Ball possession on befanini na. They'll try to possess the ball very, very well and make sure say every ball be a beko Aston Villa 18, meaning it's a well-worked ball and a moko share. Say a well-worked ball, they will possess the ball and pull Aston Villa out. Anytime make us say Unai Emery should go into the game. Also say we have nothing to lose. Okay. Into some possessive ball now. We press them man to man. We as soon as Donnarumma befa ball or pass it to Marquinhos or Pacho, we start pressing them up front. So with that, all the material I'm saying now, they should try the long balls, they should try the risky passes, then you take advantage of it. But I just say sit back and then they'll possess the ball more. In the first league here, time when we share 3-1, there was some possession between Mendes and Pacho and Neves. Omo ball ni mo be 10 times. No be ampum be press you. So if you leave them, they will continue doing this in the second league to make sure say they delay the time. Because in the first half, Aston Villa intimiate goal, meaning say they have just 20% chance of qualifying. So Aston Villa needs to press from minute 1 and make sure say they need to get that goal and also frustrate, because the moment goal ni bebano with fans, the Villa Park fans need to know who they know. It can get to the Paris Saint-Germain players. Now for the pressure need to me I down to us. So with this game, I'm seeing Paris Saint-Germain dominating. It can be a 1-1 draw. It can be a 2-1 win for Paris Saint-Germain. I'm not seeing Aston Villa winning. It will depend on Unai Emery, how tactical he is today. You knew say Luis Enrique wouldn't come to this game feeling so happy. So Matimai, we saw their game against tough opponent, how they went and dominate and made the opponent feel like they don't even know how to play football. In TNA, they'll come into this game with the same type of style, dominate and make sure say they wouldn't let you play. In TNA, and Ejuma or Luis Enrique suye pa. How can they dominate the game? How can they make sure say Villa doesn't get that first goal? Unai Emery, when the record be a back in, he's just praying and hoping say today in MYBET.AFRICA the record the club has against French side now record on also what in European competition saying in MYBET.AFRICA they go into that game prepared and at least get the first early goal in the first half. If they can get 2 goals, it will be very crucial game. I think if there can be an upset this game is a game that can give us that upset twist, but I don't think Paris Saint-Germain will go down without a fight in this game.
Okay. Right now, we share with Paris Saint-Germain team here. Now, on position at the left side, in the right side, Dembele as cement on. I honor ye. With the left side, Dieu Ewo, Caratelia Ewo Honum. So these are guys of near. Then Bracula and the starting season. Then Dieu Ababi Yino. Now there's a contract renewal issue. Bracula reporting just say he doesn't want to. He want to look at how the season will end. Sanabeya Obe advising. Do you think it will be appropriate for Chelsea to test the waters and see, because he looks unsettled, and if a player is unsettled, if you go with a proper project, let him understand what you need him for near there. Don't you think to be a good? He's a winger who guarantee you goals. He's a winger, say he will give you goals. Yeah.
So Oshe Bracula ball now. He's a very fine player. You need him the performance, moving and coming to Paris Saint-Germain. He's one player from Lyon to Paris Saint-Germain. He's one player. He has potentials to be able to do everything in this world and make sure he gets to that highest peak of football. But Oshe in the Paris Saint-Germain setup, Dembele is leading the line as a false 9. Then on the right side, Desire Day is one player. He can play on the right and play on the left. Into Onono, Nidiane say Kwambia so person or park. So in the last game, he started from the right, but his goal he scored was from the left. That is what the Paris Saint-Germain front train him out. They interchange and make sure they fit into those empty spaces and make everything work out well. Intino with Bracula thinking about his career and is something that is meant to happen, because if a player be a friend Kvaratskhelia coming in, he's one fine player. He's more of a refined player than Bracula, even though Bracula Afino Obaso, but Kvaratskhelia he's up there. Say with goals, assists, dribbles, Bibi Obemao. So now, as a young player, he's looking at, am I going to stay at Paris Saint-Germain to be maybe a bench player, or am I moving to a club I'll get a chance to play? But Ene say, "Who be Sammy?" Says, should Chelsea test the waters for Bracula with this Chelsea structure, with this Chelsea planner? I would say no. Why? Because me feel listen the style of play to the Premier League, will be the style of play in the strength of the Premier League will be very difficult for him. The ball bono ocean the profile traits and in the profiling I am more of the Rafael Leao's type of play. They want to play with the ball. They want to be on the ball and do whatever they want. He can be on the ball. So of change say defender beba man a channel. What find space? No I say. And in the Premier League it's so pacey to the extent you won't get those extra chance or extra touches to do whatever you want. Secondly, this Chelsea team needs a goal scoring winger. Up to 15-20 goals per season. And it's a Chelsea person adding any winger this season. That is what they need to go for. And when they Sancho wins they will decide in May. You must send a Champions League qualification because Sancho is a very fine player, but he doesn't add goals to the team. Pedro Neto is a very good player, but the goals will be added to the team are limited. Madueke on the other hand, also a very good player, and the goals will be added to the team are very limited. It was this season Madueke to me achieving double figures in goals. So you could see that these are players, they don't add much goals. In the Chelsea back for a winger, I think Bracula, Rafael Leao, those are not the wingers Chelsea need. at this time Chelsea here winger. The winger obema that feeling of the Mohamed Salahs, the Cody Gakpos, the Memphis say Memphis said those times Manchester City, Mahrez, Hazard most type no. Those who contribute with assists, they will contribute with goals and make sure say if the strikers are not getting the goals, they are adding more. And they've been information going out say in the league, team are creating a lot of chances this season. Chelsea that third. Team may see a lot of chances this season. Chelsea in that first. So meaning that the chances that they are creating, the Enzo Fernandez, the Cole Palmers, the Caicedos, the Jules Buos, they are creating a lot of chances. But the conversion rate of them, the wingers, the strikers are not converting the chances. In TNA, a player like Bracola coming into this Chelsea setup, maybe somebody will differ with what I'm saying, but with Tenemacheno from Lyon to Paris Saint-Germain, they do baby now know Lyon. Chelsea were going to sign him. They had talks. That's that time. Lyon saw already 60 million. They looked at trying to beat the price down by Intimia and Koso. I don't think he's one player Chelsea would need in their team right now at the moment. Say you conversations about, there were rumors about Chelsea going for Rodrigo. That Rodrigo goes from Real Madrid.
I'm not sure. He will not move.
That's the thing. If there is the chance, say the player, Chelsea can speak with his agent. Not there is a chance for him to move. I think Chelsea should go in all out to get him to play the left wing position because he's one player. He's underrated in the Real Madrid setup. So he's a good project, a good structure where he feels that he can become the key man for your team. I think he would move with an 80 million, 90 million. Maybe Chelsea beat me and knock good doors. 80 million, beat me. And I think he coming into the Premier League. You Brazilians, Chelsea they've putting up a good performance. The Williams and Coles. So I think if they are able to sell him a good project and he comes into this Chelsea setup, it may relieve a lot of pressure if he the Copa Mamone Jackson also because he would add a lot of goals and he would like to also show the Real Madrid faithful, sir. Mbappe, Vinicius, more debate. You could see that a movie called Chelsea now. I've become a man of myself. In the Brazilian setup, that left wing position will be something that he could fight over with Vinicius going forward. So I think it's a Chelsea better for a left winger. That is one player they need to add. In name say Kendrick Price, Mubeba, Estavio, Mubeba, but these players you can't really put your chips on them. Say they could come in and perform well from the start of the season because league no more in the Premier League are two different things altogether. And TNA, let's see if they can add a player, but I'm not seeing Bracola being a player, an ideal player to come into this Chelsea setup to help them.
Okay. Yanshene Osna.
Yes, internet Champions League games now also. Yenim say MYBET.AFRICA say omo my special alt combo. Internet yenko ni yenko pikibi. Bet builder so games ni endorse into we bet builder ubetimi edi remene with Aston Villa and the Paris Saint-Germain game make up for 1.5 and over 8.5 corners and a second half 0.5 and so Barcelona win or draw over 2.5 and 8.5 corners into with two Champions League games in selections and my code no NSTY MYBET.AFRICA.
Right, okay. Bet builder and I'm Paris Saint-Germain a game Paris Saint-Germain Aston Villa game me out of 5 and Barcelona Borussia Dortmund out of 2. First half win or draw for PSG, second half win or draw. Then away corners over 4.5. Away corners over 4.5. And PSG to score 2. PSG will win. PSG over 1.5. PSG to win. Risky, but
I'm saying the bets in crowd.
Yeah, Barcelona win either half. Barcelona win or draw and over 2.5. Yes, that is MMA Arsenal. Antino. A bed builder. And metumi ayo hono. Na oba Ghana under 20. Oba Ghana under 20. Players for the final camping. Players for the final camping. On the Mamimubo Mudina Yanshe Yakubu Said Midiama Gideon Asieku Dreams FC Entry da Costa Young Apostles Maxwell Azza Fukpe Interlies Obing Desmond Adriana FC Morris Fuseni Legon Cities Sivanyo Benjamin in Swatraman Emmanuel Makafui Kings Palace Kelvin Ahiabu Dreams FC Manaf Abdul Emmanuel City FC Dennis Ampia Bacterio Ishmael Ado House of Lions Hayford Buahin Cheetah FC Isaac Ajay Bibiani Gold Stars Michael Ama Nice Ibrahim Ena Kelvin Nkrumah Midiama SC Ena Edmond Asante Vision Hayford Jima King Faisal Ena George Tay Vision Ena Aziz Misbao Dreams FC. Yeah, Vincent yenhwe Champions League games na fe yenfa na 20 day na nwie.
This to yen chat for an exciting games because let's start with Aston Villa and PSG, First leg PSG in fatigue victory Parc des Princes. PSG this season whether home or away the only team omu especially in the Liga omu ekusu unbeaten and you how they lost at their home by England and before back Liverpool they were a side that is no mushia the English teams are no more break and there are few teams that sports arena team for national for the Upiani Baya against it. There are some few things that make cap almost when they are playing at home. One Aston Villa and Bologna. This one Aston Villa for last 17 games across all competition our Villa Park. And more 4 wins on a row. Or more 4 wins on a row our Villa Park. So this game against Aston Villa and PSG in a game at least or and looking at last 4 games I say Marina Twaswa or more list ningina last 8 last 4 goals list or share 7 goals in their last 8 in front of own fans or high or share goals. It means that every game will be at least share 2 goals average last 4 games share 2 goals. So if is it possible for Villa to get that 2 goals needed against PSG? It will depend on how coach Emery a better team, and the coach I can also list while winning 11 of the last 13 home games in the European competition. In the last 13 home games, while winning 11 in the European competition, and it's very easy for PSG. I said, take Aston Villa for granted. And aside that list, who check PSG so I catch you. The last time they played against Aston Villa was home. No more captain, almost signing Marquinhos, no need team. Lucas Berardo, who's also a Brazilian international, only a long-term replacement for Marquinhos and a boy. And Marquinhos about a book game, And apart from team, luckily enough, they don't have any injury records. And the player, if Aston Villa wants to at least get first 2 goals in the game or make me a story game now, they have to stop Vitinha. And the first leg, they can't Vitinha as a bistro. The game against Aston Villa, Magin, Boubacar Kamara, and Yuli Tiaremens, and me stop it Branton Vitinha. Listo, that very game provided 148 passes. That is a record by a player Obo PSG in the Champions League match, and the second highest most passes in the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League. Player or record or Xavi, that was 2012 Camp Nou Barca and Chelsea game. So into list and the game I had again bad in year but of share a year Timon a Aston Villa. And they likely that Branton the Eddie Watkins Bebo Magin and Boubacar any Abranta and the elements. These are the defenders. Coach in best start Rashford. I'm expecting Rashford to start. Morgan Rogers to also start. And no Chucky PSG team now. Donnarumma, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Mina Bebo. And then the Omu team no. The only player. Because main key players in the list will be able to start this game. In a space of Abranta and the Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, any desire do it. And that PSG already on Magic League so they don't have players to rest. They don't have say the player will be prayer. All they need is to win their first Champions League in their club's history. And with how Luis Enrique team from last season, a transition about this season, they have a very good form list on betting at the Champions League this season. If they are able to qualify from the quarterfinals, Omuka Koshia, Inter Milan, and now Bayern Munich will be qualify the semi-final. And in this game, Villa Park a very difficult ground for PSG. In as much as Aston Villa for no or more in losing their last 13 games across all competition, I don't see the Aston Villa team able to me at least how they are going, because right now they have nothing to lose. It's not as if say Aston Villa best sit back, no about mid block and no about low block. In fact, PSG team however will be, and they have players I'll make me about the right pass. I find these players who go Kvaratskhelia their share against them. Moment I will low block, they have skillful players who make me avoid turning the deficit. And Dembele 42 goals contribution in 43 games, one of the best ever season for a team like the PSG, and or in contention say obey to magic the Ballon d'Or.
But as a open our bonity.
Why Dembele
in terms of Ballon d'Or?
No, maybe on say Ballon d'Or conversation. Start say before ever be read the January transfer. They cry analysis and Salah at that time no. Now onyam piki na ne form no afida na eba, but no onyam piki
starting now. He's been the go-to guy for
but you can't have also no season. You can't have 42 middle of the season.
No, you can't have 42 goals contribution and say you started in the middle of the season.
No, checking the goals about Champions League. Listen, the goals needing back.
Can say they've been players they don't get the support from their club.
Yes,
no, but
maybe any typical because Ousmane Dembele
performance
this season
obi enu e bast.
Oni Dracula no ena echiya no kicha any way so beden ababe he's been the French way for now mostly me twa man to score, and most of the times you know so no be the obeshe. And even at the time I no more struggle Champions League he was always there. Always there
in the playoffs for hat-trick.
Yes, that is the thing I say after the league phase no. Playoffs no. That is one at least all the performance, because you can be scoring one goal and assist, but the moment we start hitting the double numbers consistently, because in the playoffs at least all about hat-tricks. In the league no about hat-tricks. So in the space of a month no 10 goals plus 8 assists, which means 18 goals contribution right from the league phase. And listen, always before we think about the Ballon d'Or race, you have to be consistent. And people are amount for ancient and Lewandowski there because Lewandowski there ancient goals. But who check it the number of players are the reason why people are not even mentioning Mohamed Salah because of trophies, Champions League, other winner also. And yes, still PSG are in the contention. So if Dembele continues to get the goals, get the assist, started or pardon the starts then PSG already list or imagine the league, French league maybe. If they are able to win the Champions League, one of the names are listed or the first to mention. And in fact say Edru who the France football for l'équipe for because Ballon d'Or or fan France for awards. And if Omudru who the PR now the l'équipe for any all the France national football federation for so in this game list I see both teams to score a fair. Likely it's a game in a scoring draw. Dembele to score a highly possible, and then Abranta and the Dracula. If Obinya Mineta, I see so he will be the player to score. I don't see Asensio starting in this game. Watkins best starting. I see Watkins scoring and Abranta and the Eddie Marcus Rashford also scoring in this game. Let's go another game. Ebekoso Signal Iduna, Borussia Dortmund, and it's the Barcelona. Already Barcelona, they don't have nothing to lose. And looking at how our game Niko Kovac team, almost by 4-0. So if Borussia Dortmund wants to proceed to the next stage of the competition, at least they have just one job to do, just to attack and attack. And the thing is, Barca for in as much as list or more epe the Champions League no player bakwa and a knock which is a Rafinha and the Rafinha yanoka muscle problem untim bobon same as Abrantanding Eddie Alejandro Badi left back no. So I'm expecting Abrantanding Eddie Martin to replace Alejandro Badi and also ABA Femi Lopez and as a Ferran Torres will also start ahead of the but you see which in a list of Americans so a muscle problem and this season after Solot any Schlotterbeck so Schlotterbeck and Omu defenders in a lot of injuries no they've been playing the 3-back system and then the only positive thing for a year the Dortmund team say Abrantani Pascal Grob I return you bit be say kind of mom but missing them the chance in this crucial game at the home defensively I don't see them so bit must stop Barcelona from not scoring in this game and definitely team of the day Eddie Borussia Dortmund list to about attacking football if they're going to play attacking football who say Rafinha Embo game but you will see Lamine Yamal Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, and even Dani Olmo. So a bit me any some minutes in this game. Any given moment, but Dortmund for them ever pressing too much. No, they might get punished by a Barcelona team. No, and they how are Dortmund football against Bayern Munich will say they team a little. If they open up, say they want to get a goal, they will get a goal. So Sego Grassi and then I have feeling so bit me I should go. Samson and Jamie Gittins, I have a feeling that he also get a goal. And this I see both teams scoring 2 goals. Will be a bit much 2 goals in this game. And I see Barcelona qualifying to the next stage of competition. So I'm going for a double chance for FC Barcelona, both teams to score Dortmund over 1.5 goals. Samson team and then the FC Barcelona over 1.5 goals in this game.
Okay. For us in the brand share.
Okay, my member me us for the day no. Few selected games now me money yes. Okay, so the game no first game team on the day Barcelona game no. Me call Barcelona game no double chance for FC Barcelona. Sanso and dia Aston Villa game no over 8.5 corners in that game. Doncaster Rovers League 2 no we not draw for Doncaster Rovers and then the Russian Cup Sparta Moscow double chance for Sparta Moscow code no ZSTY.
Right, under 20 draw number me perceive me get a draw number more the squad number but 12 almost the squad now by 2-1 na the same dreams for now any idea Côte d'Ivoire okay Ghana okay Eva 27th and a draw on the draw no but on my CD Ghana Group A. No, okay, maybe.
Is it for the under 20?
Yeah.
I say on my draw no.
Yeah.
And in your Group C. Ghana in your Group C. I mean I say meet me
okay, yeah. And Ghana your Group C. You need DR Congo, Central African Republic, and Senegal. Yeah, Group C. And Nigeria, Tunisia, Kenya, Morocco. And Egypt, Zambia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania. Yeah, 2 minutes now for sorry.
Listo, I think that the list now, boy, you know, which is the final players for campaign, no. I think that this is not the final squad. Tournament, no. Because share squad now, these are mainly local players, and Listo Bekaya, the under 20 played a lot of friendly games with a lot of the Premier League teams, Division 1 and 2nd Division teams, and almost 3 different batches. Okay. No more screening. So most of the players now, also because some board that 4 nation tournament in Morocco.
Yeah.
Most of the players are capture more this list no. The local players no. Morocco and they have few players in. So the players no can and they year campaign they are not in pram. is it hotel be around Oponglo, is it a Lirata hotel and I say Bisa Lirata hotel kono moye camping here. So and it's washa Dennis Fenin no oka squad no mko ball is it a waffle zombie no mko GN no oka ho and they when your team mobilize wako former Dreams FC defender he's the current captain of the under 20 BB McCarthy also say account Tunisia omo call Morocco they called him Jerry Free Obeka join the team no. They have a lot of foreign players. Morocco more from joining and they will come and join the team. So list all what a team we are. These are the team coach Desmond Affair. Assemble they were plenty. Almost more than 60 players and almost screening and almost these selected players. And with these players, some of them will not be part of the main squad. And Osha, this list is dominated by Omar. Omabo under 20 mu wafu zombie ni bi that's what the local scene they are all part of the squad and select 12 players no select they Morocco no they are all part of the team any players no more come list they should be aware say who Morocco you select who can the 12 players yet the foreign players ni come Morocco ni bia you should be aware say you might not be able say training na ya free team for be free ebia player be free bacteria ye de naba na say the final squad training na ye na hwe na say list of modern months when they will drop you have to know say the players don't more for the ombeba because currently the players are more local team ni mu no or more welcome to see no they are not playing for their respective clubs the Ghana Premier League especially the Edmond Asante Vision FC the last weekend at Vision FC boy Wambo Samson Heart of Lions for midfielder champion player also Omboma as a Heart of Lions. But we share more Afro Abrochino and no more the other leagues are any Ghana no. And your international break. So when the tournament drew the final squad number, and I hope that the tournament no kick you off Egypt because team the plans assessor. So we are hoping so coach just of the list remember. But remember some of the players in there no players are avoid some of them play. Some of them too, they have been parts of the squad for Wafu Zone B. But what my message I made my coach is say, if Ms. Bao has been part of the team, if Heart of Lions players, if McCarthy Mina has been part of the team, then they are not performing. Then the new player, or more Morocco, no, or more can the final squad. No. If somebody deserves, that's we are Wafu Zone B. We have to drop him. Because the who players are list all about World Cup qualifiers are ya qualifier tournament ni drew you know yam from and minimum desperate of fair why yet team you know the progress some of us have been following the team especially to also follow team no the players all from the progress no if somebody or free player be how he did well in the African games or G with the gold medal the Wafu Zombie or Koko GN the main core of the team especially McCarthy and so mama say Aziz but if Jerry are free and there are a lot of the experienced players will come and add up to this squad at least or I know say they can do well with AFCON but they shouldn't underrate Morocco for because especially per countries at least or more developing players in prayer Morocco need the Egypt host nation for him. So if you want to go and win tournament or that side at least or preparation say always we are a times 10 you have to do it times 20 or times 30 this time. Because infrastructure and a lot of things, but especially why I like you said, who a lot of players are or more broche at least or more Coco be. In fact, if Jerry Free is going to lead this team, I expect him to share more goals in this team because especially or tournament to know Coco goals, go be Obeshebia and team FC. They also get additional money.
Okay, all right.
And it's something that I hope say more final preparation. The coach Desmond of should just select the final right players. And I know that the group na kwakoto mdenche na your group team qualified to the next knockout stage of the competition.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we call up need I think senior Vincent boss no. You hear players at the Omako and then yes maybe nipa performance be based on idea why they be. By here players that they can go and perform with group a woman no group na any Senegal any Central African Republic any DR Congo say can under 20 under 17 and youth football untimi mbok will be in Senegal the because in their last previous tournament or dominating so this will be a big test for Ghana into with group near kwa kodim no yɛn performance was our group no and a beboy am yetimi akoye nim yekoye nim a we nim the likes of Egypt, Morocco and so in Nigeria performance so ebeda na di other groups so it is meant coach Desmond Ofe ebe ne ho den now I'm making sure say this boy is your omo under 20 the way omo ball mo modern what the zone B mu the way omo ball mo modern what the recent all African games in hu ye no omo for the same thing in Sanko because these are the young guys in the next 5, 7, 10 years on Babe handle Black Stars. So it's me egumi with a good coach and a good care. Na nyama timiko ye oha. We will see our generational like this talent moving on to a bit me boy in the next few tournaments heading into the Black Stars on Bebo Momodin. So with the call up, Senyaka said there will be additions, there will be some players taken out. You better pick the right players. Based on say we both team A and we team B and I say obo team bi a obi enimu ntini ne afana shame de na tournament there bi but ever players on be kwakwa year omo abo momode na me no so no on betimi anya good clubs ebi betimi abeboa even in the senior national teams on performance ko ya na nyama etimi akoye enim amagana ni na.
Okay, right, iti nyame adoma anwumre ya the live commentary bebremo na ohun de ekone de ba na matches ne de enhyada anya yi bia na otade no anya asem keto akra what if and count Benedict nka sakawa hanya izi kra nyame adoma ochina obesati yenka yakra mu